Let me know when you guys are ready.
Whoever's going to speak, if you could just speak up, if you could step up to the mics.
Thanks,
and
sorry.
Can you just say and spell your first and last name and your title for us when
Yeah.
when you start?
So my name is Samantha Kaag, Samantha Kaag. I'm the mayor of West Reading Borough. So I'm going to start this off by thanking you guys for coming. I'm going to hand it off to Chief Holden to give the update and information.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wayne Holben, Chief of Police at the West Reading Borough Police Department. Last name is spelled H-O-L, B as in Bravo, E-N. Today at approximately 4:57 p.m., a large explosion occurred at the R.M. Palmer property located in West Reading. The explosion resulted in the destruction of building number 2, located at 55 South 2nd Avenue, and damaging neighboring Palmer building number 1, located at 77 South 2nd Avenue. Emergency responders, including the fire department and law enforcement, immediately responded to the scene to secure the area and provide assistance to those affected. We are very thankful for the assistance we are receiving. The cause of the explosion is currently under investigation. We have established a command center at the scene to coordinate efforts with local and state agencies. There is no danger to the surrounding area at this time. However, the borough is urging residents to avoid the area and follow directions of law enforcement and emergency personnel. Unfortunately, as of now, the incident has resulted in 2 casualties, several injuries, and we have 9 individuals unaccounted for. Currently, there are still rescue efforts underway at the scene. The identities of those involved will not be released at this time. We will continue to provide updates on the situation as more information becomes available. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to those involved, including families and loved ones of those affected by this tragedy. I will not be answering any questions after this statement. I need to be down at command, so I appreciate your understanding. Thank you.
We just want to say that we're so very grateful for the tireless efforts of the agencies that showed up to put the work and hours in to help those that are still out there helping. Thank you to our elected officials and representatives and neighbors for reaching out and sending assistance and showing up in this trying time, and to those that cooperated with our agencies near the scene. We hope our community can continue to come together and send thoughts and prayers to those involved in this tragedy.
Chief Holden, very quickly, you said 2 casualties. Did you mean 2 people dead?
Correct.
And 9 unaccounted for, but how many are injured that you have confirmed so far?
I cannot confirm those right now. So
Okay.
thank you very much.
Okay.
Madam Mayor, can you speak a little bit just about the chocolate company for us, what it means to your town? As outsiders, we don't know a whole lot about it. So.
I would love to bring my borough manager, Dean Murray, in. He is a wealth of information about the history of the borough, and I think that he'd be the perfect person to ask that question. Would you step forward?
And would you mind saying and spelling your first and last name for us?
Sure, it's Dean Murray, M-U-R-R-A-Y. I'm the borough manager for West Reading Borough. Obviously, R.M. Palmer's has been with us well before I've even been here, and I'm here 30 years. So they're definitely a staple of the borough. Like everybody said, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody involved. And all we do is ask for support and prayers.
Is there anyone just able to talk about the role gas may have had? We know that people were talking about being, moved and just worried about gas.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything, with the investigation going on, there's nothing that we can tell at this time without knowing.
Also, it's my understanding maybe an apartment building beside was also affected, and some people are out of there, and a church that's near there?
There are apartments right next door to there. People are displaced. I don't know anything more than that.
And what's the radius that you guys are redirecting people that live nearby to not go down? You said to go to police for the direction.
About a block from the explosion on either side.
Is there any fear of potential gas leak or?
Not currently at this point, no.
So you've not evacuated anybody?
No, we're not evacuating anyone. When the explosion happened, we asked people to move back just because we were getting things taken care of and giving people room to breathe and handle the situation. But no, there's no evacuations happening.
Mayor, we know you're a firefighter, Grace Repton, 69 News.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about, we saw people show up within minutes or seconds, I want to say, of this
Yeah.
thing happening. Can you talk about just what it's been like to tackle this?
A lot, but it was a lot of the community came together. It was a lot of different companies that were there, a lot of different officers, our neighbors, the Reading Police Department, and all the firefighters that came together. So it was a lot of, people that knew what they were doing and that they were getting their hands in there and they were getting it taken care of and handled. So, I mean, obviously, I'm a firefighter. I was on scene pretty quickly, and it was surprising at how fast the response time was, which our West Reading Fire Department has a very impressive response time. So to have numerous companies there at the same time was impressive and really humbling to see.
How many other companies did you have join you?
About 4.
We talked to a fire policeman from Fleetwood. Is it because you didn't have enough to handle it, or?
No, it's just the size and the capacity of it and the severity of it. We have an emergency kind of protocol that it sends other people in so that we have extra hands. It's until we know exactly, what we're dealing with. And unfortunately, at that point, we had no idea what we're getting into.
Aaron Palmer's has been here for a long time. Did you guys know anybody that worked there? Have you been in contact with any of the executives there or anything like that as of yet?
We haven't gotten in contact with anybody, unfortunately. We've worked together with them as a borough. They've donated to the borough previously. We've had a good working relationship and a good relationship with them in the borough for obviously years. But unfortunately, I don't have any contact information. We haven't reached out to, I've been able to really make contact with too many people at this point. But obviously, there's a lot of other things kind of in the way too. So
How much more work do you guys have to get this scene?
we're probably gonna be working through the night, most likely through the weekend. But it's gonna be a little bit. But we have a lot of people that are out there dedicated and wanting to do it. So I'm sure that we'll be taking it as we can.
Mayor, can you describe the scene? We were not able to get very close. We do have video from up above, but is the building totally in shambles? I mean,
Unfortunately, the building is not. Yeah, it's pretty leveled. Unfortunately, there's not too much to be able to kind of salvage from it. The building in the front with the church and the apartments, the explosion was so big that it moved that building 4 feet forward. So unfortunately, yeah, it wasn't a great scene to come into. It was pretty scary. But again, we had a lot of talented people and dedicated people there doing the best that they could.
Have you ever seen anything like this before in person?
No, not for myself personally, no.
Have the families of those 2 victims been notified?
I'm not sure at this point. I know that we have a site set up at the Reading Hospital for victims of families, families and friends. The Reading Hospital was courteous enough to open up a room for them. They have grieving counselors there. So unfortunately, I don't personally know at this point, but I'm sure that they've been trying to be contacted along with the other friends and families that we're trying to reunite and with positive hopes. All right, I gotta get going back, but thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for taking us.
No, absolutely. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Mayor.
Hopefully, but unfortunately,